So riff 1 is going to start off with a hammer on from 0 to 3 on the A string, like this. I'm going to use my first finger, and yeah, you can see I'm picking the first note, the open A string, but I'm hammering my first finger down on for the second note. Now after that, we're going to play the D string, and we're going to do a similar thing. We're going to hammer your finger down onto fret 3. But then we're going to pull that finger off of the string as well, okay? So, again, some people call that a flick, when you do a hammer on into a pull off like this. But you can see I'm picking once and 3 notes are coming through. So far, we've got this. Alright, then after that, we're just going to play the 3 again on the A string, and then the open D string. Okay, so if we add that in, so far we have this. Okay, and yeah, you'll notice, especially when you do this at full speed, it's quite quick. It's semi-quavers, alright? So basically it's a good idea to go down, up here to get it to flow properly. For the whole rest of this bit, we're going to do downstrokes, but I would say, yeah, do alternate picking on that. So I'll do that one more time. And then after that, we've got some power chords. All right, so we're going to start off with a D power chord, meaning your first finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the A string, and your third finger is going to be on the 7th fret of the D string. So that's a D power chord, but as soon as you play this, you're going to slide it down to the C power chord on the 3rd and 5th frets. So it goes like this. You want to not slide straight away though. You're going to do one of those slides where you hear both notes come out individually, like that. And as soon as you've slid down to that note though, and by the way, don't pick that when you get to the C power chord, just slide to it. Let it ring out. But as soon as you get there, you then go down to the B flat power chord by playing 1 and 3 on the A and D strings. So yeah, so we've got this. But as soon as you've done that, you're then going to play 0 on the A string, and then 3 on the E string. So it's 0, 3, and then it's back to that C power chord. So you've got this. Then it does almost the exact same thing. It goes 0 on the A string, 3 on the E string, but then instead of going to the C, you go back up to that D power chord. So that is going to sound like this. Alright, and then why don't I just go from the when the power chords kick in and play that whole part. It goes like this. Okay, and then if we put that all together, I'll play it at a slower pace. It's going to sound like this. It does that twice. Alright, so riff 2 starts very similarly to riff 1. In fact, it's pretty much the same thing. Everything's just up in a higher register. So now we're starting on fret 10 of the B string, that A note there. And we're going to hammer, actually I'll just show you. This is what it does. Okay, so yeah, just like that first bit of riff 1, just higher up. But yeah, so you're going to start with a hammer on from 10 to 13 with your 3rd finger on the B string. So you've got hammer on. Then the next part, you're going to play 10 on the high E string, and you're going to do another flick, another hammer on into a pull off. So those 5 notes so far. All right, then play the 13th fret of the B string and then the 10th fret of the high E string to finish off that little lick. So it's this. Okay, but then this time what you're going to do is we're going to bend at the 13th fret of the high E string with your 3rd finger, but you're also going to support it with your 2nd finger because you should always bend with 2 fingers at least. And yeah, because it's a full bend, we're aiming for this note here on the 15th fret. So just to gauge how far you should bend, you can play fret 15. So that G note, because that's what we're bending up to. Okay, now once you've done that bend though, you release the bend and you play 13 without bending the note, basically on the high E string. So this. And you do need to make sure when you do this bend that you mute once you reach that G note and then come back down. Don't let yourself hear that note coming back down, okay, because it's not that kind of bend. So you've got to go up to the G, back to the F, and when you've done that, you're then going to play 12 on the high E string with your 2nd finger, and then it's going to be 13 on the B string, back to 10 on the high E string. So if I go from the bend, it's going to sound like this. All right, so why don't we put that together? After that, you do something that's almost identical. So we're going to start off with this little lick again. The difference here is we're now going to bend fret 15. Again, it is a full tone bend, but you bend the 15 up to effectively the 17. You bring it back down and play it just normally. And then after that, it's the same notes, okay? So it then goes to 12. I go with my 1st finger at this time around though, just because it's more comfortable. Then my 2nd finger on the 13, the B string, and then back to the 10th fret of the high E string of my 1st finger. So again, it's the same as the last phrase, apart from the bend is now on the 15. I'll play that all in total, slowly. Okay, now after that, it's back to the 1st thing again. All right, so it's going to go once more. So exactly the same as the 1st line. But then the difference with this next one, it does almost the same thing again as it did before with the bend on the 15. But the only difference is when you get to this last note, instead of going back to the 10, what you're going to do is you're actually going to bend up a half bend this time, okay? Up a semitone. So we play that 13, and then you have to bend it up 1 semitone. So listen to that note here, up 1 fret, because that's kind of where we're aiming for now. Alright, so why don't I play that last line with that different ending, which leads you into the verse of the song. So that very last line. And yeah, it can sound a bit weird in isolation, that bit, but listen to the original, you'll hear how that leads you into the verse. But anyway, so that's the entire riff. Make sure when you practice both of these parts, you practice them slowly first, okay? Especially this little lick here. it's really important that all the notes are even and the same length. So if you just rush it, like that kind of thing, you'll often get it so you've got longer notes, shorter notes, gaps, hesitations. We don't really want that. So slow it all down, get everything even, and then when you're confident, you can then start to speed it up.